Some of you have artificial Christmas trees, and I'm not calling you artificial, you understand? But we're going to talk about some things or make some illustrations just so that you get the understanding what the Lord was saying to me to share with you. And so now the good thing about a Christmas tree, I remember when I was young, and I had my children and everything, we went to what you called a tree farm. Now, a tree farm is not like when I was growing up in the city. In the city, they had certain places in the corners and certain places where the guys got the tractor trailer loads of Christmas trees. They were already cut, and you just had to pick out which one you wanted, and they wrapped that thing up and put it on top of your roof of your car. You understand what I'm saying? And you rode home, you decorated, and that was that Christmas tree. And then the tree farm was a little different because you brought your saw and everything out, and you picked the tree out and you cut it yourself with the kids, and then you took it home. You understand what I'm saying? But you had to find one that had a good stub and root. You had to look at it. Some of them, if they're bending and this and that, they're not. It's going to be hard to get them to stand up straight. Because you got a bad stump. You understand what I'm saying? Or just a bad tree to where it grew. You understand what I'm saying? But just like people, so now the thing that the Lord brought to my attention about the Christmas tree is now there are things that the Christmas tree, before they cut it, it was alive. You understand what I'm saying? Some trees live hundreds of years. You understand? Look, them trees outlive a lot of us humans. You understand what I'm saying? But the Christmas tree is not that fortunate. You understand what I'm saying? In most cases, so they get the trees and they got the tree farms and they cut it off. Now, the thing about it is the tree don't know when it's about to be cut off. It's just, it gets a certain height and you get to a certain place, and depending on what they're doing, they cut that tree off. Okay, this tree looks like we can sell it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it is with a lot of us. Oh Shabbat. See, they cut that tree off. Oh Shabbat. And I believe that tree may have maybe a 30-day span, but soon as they cut that tree from the root, it begins to die. Soon as you look, as soon as you're cut off from your mother's biblical cords, you start dying. Oh Shabbat. And in some cases it's a slow death, and in some cases it's kind of quicker. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, you get the tree and the tree is dying, and the first thing you do when you get that tree home, you got to put it in some water. And some people come up with all kinds of solutions and concoctions to keep that tree to stay alive. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about a tree, and I'm telling you that there's some dead things, oh Shabbat, and you got to throw that dead thing in the trash. Now, the thing about the Christmas tree, most people take that tree out, it stays up, they get it after Thanksgiving, and then they keep that tree in the house until after New Year's Day. When the new year comes in, you take that tree, you done took all the stuff off, and you better know that the next day that tree is going out to the curb. Oh Shabbat. That's right, for them to come pick it up. You understand what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the tree right now. I'm talking about the Christmas tree. So now you bring that tree in and it's dying, and you put it in the water, and the first thing that you do with something dead is you dress it up. Oh Shabbat. You put your stencils and you put your lights, you put your bulbs on it, your candy canes and whatever have you, all your ornaments, and you dress it up and you make it real nice. And that's what a lot of you have gone through in 2015, in some cases your whole life. Listen, you've been a dead thing dressed up. You done dressed yourself up under the Losaya. Listen, we know you're dying under the Losaya, and some of them could be relationships, it could be friendships, it could be fellowships, it could even be business partners and business deals. You're just dressed up. Oh Shabbat. Look, we can't really see what's in you because you're dressed up. But guess what? It's time for you to take those bulbs off. It's time for you to take them stencils off, because I'm letting you know that you're just dying under the Losaya. Yeah, they may put that water in you, they may dress you up, but guess what? You're still dying. You're about to go to the church, to the curb, to the trash. See, it's just like, let me tell you something. And when you take that tree, when you take that tree and you take that tree to the curb, I guarantee you that guess what? After they put that tree up in that trash truck, you understand what I'm saying? You done forgot about it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why y'all need to pay attention to what time it is, oh Shabbat, because there are many of us that listen, just like that tree, this may be the year that we go to our grave. You understand what I'm saying? And some people are going to forget about us under the Messiah. Yeah, you may sob and remember us just for a little while, but guess what? After a while, while, you're not going to be the conversation over Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner. You're just like that tree, oh Shabbat. And that's why it behooves us to take this time under the little Messiah, the time where we're glittering, where we're the center of attraction, oh Shabbat, the time where people present their gifts and all that stuff underneath us. We need to pay attention to the time that we're in so that we can seize the moment, that golden moment, oh Shabbat. God is trying to do something with you, and you need to understand, listen, before it's your time to go out, oh Shabbat, before it's your time to go out, you got to get it right under the Messiah. See, in 2015 and 2014, I seen a lot of people that were close to me, that were just like that tree. Listen, they dressed them up in the coffin and the casket. They did all those things, and they said gave them all the accolades and all that stuff. But guess what? At the end of the day, it was just dead. It was just a shell. You understand what I'm saying? And it was a shell. And listen, let me tell you something. I go back and sometimes I miss and I remember and reminisce and all those things. But now is the time that I got to pay attention to what God is saying under the Messiah. Son, I'm telling you right now, listen, let me tell you something. I don't know where you were cut and how you were cut, oh Shabbat. I don't know the solution that's been in you under the Messiah, but I'm letting you know right now, this is nothing but a slow death, oh Shabbat. But from the beginning of time, guess what? You were destined to die. You have to die under the Messiah. That's right. And so you need to know what time you're in. You need to know where you are right now. Take the dead stuff out to the curb and into the trash. And a lot of that is even in relationships. There are relationships that just become dead. They were dressed up, oh Shabbat. You dressed that woman up. You dressed that man up. You dressed them up with the accolades. You made him to be the man of God. You made her to be the woman of God. You gave her all the different accolades. Oh, you look so nice. You look this way. You look that way. But they were just dressed up. Inside of them, under the Messiah, they were dead roots, oh Shabbat. Their organs and everything was just dead. Their conversation was dead under the Messiah. The love, the dedication was dead. And that's why that relationship died out. There was nothing in it. It was just dead. And some of that dead stuff, what happens is you leave it around. Now, I had a family member at one time. He would keep that tree up for months. I don't know how he did it, oh Shabbat, but you knew it was dead, oh Shabbat. Some people like just being attached to dead things, oh Shabbat. But I heard the Lord say to tell you today to take that dead stuff out to the curb and it's trash, oh Shabbat. Listen, let me tell you something. You don't need to take nobody and no trash, no dead stuff over into this new year. And the significance how they take that stuff out in the new year, that's why, because it's trash. And tonight is the night that you start taking everything out, this trash, oh Shabbat. Let me tell you something. If there's trash, anything in your life that's dead, oh Shabbat, it belongs on the curb. You understand what I'm saying? It's some ministries, oh Shabbat. It's some fellowships. It's some friendships. I'm talking about some businesses. It's some houses, some locations. Let me tell you something, and they just become dead. You understand what I'm saying? You've been in a dead neighborhood. You've been in a dead relationship, and you need to put that thing in the place, oh Shabbat. Take it out of your living room, oh Shabbat. Take it out of your heart, oh Shabbat. Take it out of your mind. Take it out of your spirit. Guess what? Because it's just a dead thing. Now, you may not have a Christmas tree. You may not have no tree. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't blaming you, but I'm telling you tonight, if there's anything dead in your life, oh Shabbat, if you ever seen anything dead, God is saying today, get rid of it, oh Shabbat. You better get rid of it right now. Right now is the day that you get rid of all dead things. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and when I was talking to him, I said, my God, why would he come and say this to me? Why is he talking to me about this, oh Shabbat? And I said to myself, I said, well, God, what would you have me to do? Well, son, I want you to hold your peace, oh Shabbat, and let me fight your battle. When they're nasty, you be kind, oh Shabbat. When they're angry, you be patient. Because I'm breaking some things, oh Shabbat. And I'm letting you know right now, listen, some of that stuff is too heavy, and God is lifting it to the curb, oh Shabbat. Listen, all you got to do is open up the door and kick it out, oh Shabbat. Drag that stuff to the curb. Let me tell you something. Drag that gossip. Drag drag that confusion, drag that manipulation, drag that stuff to the curb. For the Lord has done some great things, brother, so we are glad. And you just need to know what time it is. Oh Shabbat. I'm telling you right now, I've seen some things under the that look that were bare. Oh Shabbat. But when you dress it up, it looks all things. And that's what people do in most cases. They dress themselves up with their positions. They dress themselves up with their titles. They dress themselves up with their hair. They dress themselves up with their nails. Under the but you know they don't always look like that. Oh Shabbat. And look, you can look through that stuff, and you better believe when they open up their mouth, it's dead. Oh Shabbat. You don't feel anything around them. You don't feel God. You don't feel nothing. It's just a dead situation. But God is saying today, son, I want you to pay attention to the tree. That thing is dead. That thing is dead. In Jude chapter 12, verse 13. I'm sorry. Jude chapter 12. Jude verse 12 and 13. Forgive me. These men are filthy spots at your festal gathering, meant to foster love. They share your meals without a qualm, while caring only for themselves. They are waterless clouds carried along by the winds, trees without fruit even in autumn, and doubly dead because they haven't been uprooted. Savage sea waves heaving forth their shameful deeds like foam, wandering stars from whom the blackest darkness has been reserved forever. And that's what it is. I'm telling you, you got some people and some things that come around at festive times, and you think that they're showing love, but they come with darkness. Oh Shabbat. When you understand that thing, when you understand it is darkness and it was made to be darkness, oh Shabbat, you got to take that thing to the trash. And listen, let me tell you something. You got to understand that just like the tree that was cut, right? And it's dead. The tree is dead. Before it gets to your house, you better believe that tree is dying. You better believe what I'm talking about. Listen, all you got to do is look on the news and all those things. How many house fires you have because of those dead trees? People that don't water them, and you have a lot of fires then because of the lights and the different things. So what you did was you brought something dead in there, and then there became many deaths. Oh Shabbat. And that's what it is. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You have attached yourself to some dead things, some dead people, some dead relationships, and you better take that stuff to the curb. I'm telling you right now, it's important that we examine ourselves tonight. We need to examine ourselves and see what is in our space. What do we let in this year that doesn't need to be there next year? Oh Shabbat. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at myself under Osaya. I'm looking around and everything dead. Look, let me tell you something. It's got to go to the curb. That's right. Listen, you know how the young people and these and some of these old people, they use that slang. They say you better kick them to the curb. I know my son would always say kick rocks or whatever that means, but there's some things that you need to place on the curb. But I don't know when your trash day is, but let it be. Listen, tomorrow's the day that you're starting a new year. God's doing new things for you. Listen, let me tell you something. You better remove everything dead out of your life. Oh Shabbat. Just like that tree. Guess what? Let me tell you something. You can be dressed up today, but one day you're going to leave out here in the box. Oh Shabbat. Somebody's going to put you to the curb. You understand what I'm saying? They roll you out of that church, oh Shabbat, and right from the curb they throw you into that hearse. You understand what I'm saying? And right from there they pick you up out of that hearse and they put you in that hole. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you don't know what time you got under the Losaya, and so there's no need in dressing up under the Losaya. It behooves us to know what time we're in under the Losaya. Well, now we know that God gave us, a year ago, that we're in a space called God. We're having God experiences, and God is exposing himself to us, and then God has expanded. He's expanded himself in us under the Losaya, in and out of us. Oh Shabbat. So we're stretching under the Losaya, and thank God for the stretch. Oh Shikabosi. But right now, today, I want you to do one thing for me. I want you to begin to examine dead stuff in your life. And listen, I tell you, God has been good this year in this space. Well, he's always been good, but I just never seen it like this, where right at the needed time. Oh Shabbat. There was something I just needed today, the last day of the month. Oh Shabbat, the last day of the year. You understand what I'm saying? And what happened? The very thing that I needed, the very thing that I wanted, the very thing that I was concerned about, God gave me the last day of the year. Listen, let me tell you something. Even with the wrong zip code, oh Shabbat, it still found its space. Oh Shabbat, it still found itself in my hand. To the people called me and they said,